What's going on, guys? It's your boy Jordan back today with another video. And in today's video, we're going to take a look at Chainlink and see what it's doing on the short term, the medium term, and the long term time frame. That sounds good to you guys, and you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys press that subscribe button down below. I'm going to know if you guys press that subscribe button. I'm going to know. So as we jump right on in to the daily chart of Chainlink, as you guys can see, we're obviously in this symmetrical triangle, which we've been in every consolidation period, right? We've talked about this multiple times on this channel, how we're constantly in these symmetrical triangles that break up to the upside and push us to further highs. But what we are doing right now is also exactly like we do each time we're in one of these triangles, right? We always come back down to retest the top of the resistance as support. And right now we are right at that support. Now, what I want to see is I want to see this red line hold this as support and get us a nice little bounce here. But if that doesn't end up happening, it's not the end of the world, right? We could fall back into the triangle and retest the 200-day moving average, which is going to slowly move up here. And we could get a bounce off that, right? Looking back at the past two cycles here, looking back here in this middle one in 2019, right? Once we broke out of the triangle, right, we dumped back down to test the bottom of the triangle, right, before then pumping out of the triangle and pushing back up. Looking back at this one, right, back in 2018, what did we do, guys? We pumped up out of the triangle, came back down, retested it as support once, right, then came back down and retested the 200-day moving average before then getting the pump. So a couple different things happen. So you guys can see there's many different possibilities here. We got to watch what Bitcoin does. Obviously, Bitcoin's going to lead the market, and whatever Bitcoin does, that's what we're going to see that the altcoins do. So if we get rid of all these lines here, these are the three options we could have. We could bounce right off of this and move straight back up. That's option number one. Option number two, we come back down and retest the 20-week moving average before moving on back up. Option number three, we come back down and retest the bottom of the triangle before moving back up. Which one I think is more realistic? Well, I think the first one is actually a lot more realistic, right? Bitcoin looks like it found its relative bottom. Doesn't mean it has to be its bottom, right? Bitcoin could keep dropping to 20K for all I know, right? No one really knows. But as long as Bitcoin holds this 30 to 35K level for a couple more days, I see the altcoins kind of going sideways here. And I wouldn't be surprised if it grinds on the top of this resistance for a little bit and then gets a nice move up. That's what I think is the most likely scenario that's going to play out in the short term for Chainlink. So just wanted to first touch on the short term for Chainlink. Now we're going to take a look at the 4-hour, guys. And we're holding this green box, which I don't think we're going to break, right? So this green box spans from pretty much 1270 to about 1350, right? I don't see us breaking down below this on a 4-hour close basis, right? We built up some major support in this area. You guys can see the confluence in this area back here. Bunch of resistances back here, resistance here, support here, resistance here, support here, resistance, support. There's just so much in this area that I think this is a nice bounce area. Obviously, we've got a major buy wick here, and it looks like the seller, the buyers don't want us to go below that level, right? They're really scooping up Chainlink here. So won't be surprised if we come back down, maybe we see a double bottom here, and we bounce off of that, right? Or we just continue sideways here, and then before getting a nice bounce, kind of waiting on see what Bitcoin does. Once Bitcoin starts pumping, we're going to see these altcoins start pumping as well, right? So if you see Bitcoin dump, look for the altcoins to dump as well. That's just how the market works. I wish I had some magic crystal ball to see what altcoins were going to follow Bitcoin, but for 90 to 95% of them, they're going to follow exactly what Bitcoin does as far as price momentum, right? So we're going to switch on over here to the weekly chart. And I haven't talked about this in a minute, guys, but you guys use that saying at all in a minute? I just used it. So yeah, basically means a long time, but in a minute, I don't know. But obviously, guys, for the longest time and for Chainlink's history, we were in this rising wedge, right? Multiple touches on the top, right? Multiple touches on the bottom here. And then we ended up breaking out of the rising wedge, right? Which I told you guys, I wouldn't be surprised here once we got this blow off top out of the rising wedge, if we come back down and retest it as support, and whatever we did, we pretty much just grinded against this as support since September of last year, right? So almost 4 months now, we've been grinding the top of this, and any day now, we are going to get a move to the upside. You guys can see we're kind of forming a symmetrical triangle right at this point, right? And eventually we're gonna get squeezed here, and we're gonna have to move to the upside or to the downside. I think this is when we're really gonna get squeezed to the upside, and this has to have a move, right? So Chainlink has to have a major move, in my opinion, right? By by the end of April, right? So now I'd say more likely by the end of Q1. Chainlink has to see a massive move out of this pattern here. You could draw that symmetrical triangle a lot of ways. You could draw it like this, where we already broke out of it, we're retesting it as support, and then we move up, right? You could draw it more like a longer term one, like this, right? Where everything's kind of meeting at a major apex here, which is going to absolutely make it explode once it does get out of this, right? So either way, I think we're going to break up to the upside. Chainlink's just kind of consolidating above its old long-term rising wedge, and also a consolidation pattern with a triangle that is right on top of the rising wedge. So you guys can see how beautiful this technical analysis is playing out, and if it does play out like I think it will, this thing is going to skyrocket to prices that we haven't even dreamed of, right? I'm talking over $100 for Chainlink. As we switch on over to the Chainlink Bitcoin ratio, guys, we're also holding a critical support. You guys can see how everything is lining up for Chainlink to get a bounce. And it plays very, very similarly to pretty much all altcoins in general, right? On the Chainlink Bitcoin ratio, we're holding this major level as support. We've been doing it for literally the last about 10 daily candles, right? You guys can see every time we have a cycle, right, we always come back down and retest it on the ratio as support. We did it once there, right? We did it again there, and we're coming back down and doing it again. And I don't see us breaking this green line on the ratio. If we do, I mean, we have a good ways to go down, but I think this is where we're going to see a nice bounce on the ratio for Chainlink, or we're just going to keep going sideways here. Until we get an alt season, which at some point we're going to get the alt season and we're going to see Chainlink actually fly. We're going to see altcoins in general do really, really well. So that's the video on Chainlink today, guys. If you guys enjoyed, and like I said, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys press that subscribe button right down below. Like I said, guys, I'm going to know if you guys press that subscribe button. Trust me, I'll know. I'm just kidding, guys. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday night. Whatever you guys are going to do, don't stare at the charts all day. Make sure you guys are going out and doing something that's going to improve your life every single day, because I want to see you guys succeed just as much as I do. So I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video.